Hello everyone, welcome to the video. This is a time lapse of the start of the tileset drawing for my next project. It's all done in the Gameboy palette, and this is all drawn live on Twitch, so I'll leave a link to my Twitch channel below if you want to check that out and watch me live. So as usual, I start off with drawing trees. The first one's just a smaller tree, but then I go on to draw a bigger tree and then see how I can tile it and see how it looks tiled. As the video goes on, I will be describing some of the things I do and the decisions behind it as well. As you can see, I kind of played around with the shadows on these trees a little bit to see what I would like the most. Just seeing how I wanted them shaped and kind of playing around with what kind of look I wanted to try out as well. I went for a very simplistic style, Link of the Past, Zelda games, kind of that kind of look. Very simplistic but very sharp, and that's kind of what the whole tile set aesthetic is going for. Here you will see me completely fail to draw a tree, a dead tree. This is fine, and I thought I'd leave this in because this is all a part of drawing. So you'll see it looks more like a horrible zombie hand than it does a tree. I do redraw it and look to a bit of a reference to see what they kind of look like and go from there. It is a huge improvement obviously on what I drew the first time, and it just looks more natural once I've finished with it. Of course, once I've added the shadows and the light, it really does look a lot more like a tree. It's just proof that sometimes the first thing you draw isn't always going to look great. Next, I decided to draw some more stuff to kind of scatter the landscape and stop it from looking flat. Rocks, plants, that kind of thing. I started with rocks and decided to try a couple of different shapes and get them kind of looking similar to the rest of the tile set, go for the same aesthetic. I do go back to the rocks a little bit later and touch them up a little bit because I felt like the lines inside of the rocks kind of were too sharp and too dark. Every RPG needs a stump, right? So I decided to draw a little stump there and a little bush as well, just to break up the monotony of the other trees. From here, I kind of just experiment a little bit with things like plants and pathways. I do at some stage go and touch up the rocks, but most of this was just like trying out different things to see how it would look against the rest of what I had drawn. A lot of it, pretty much all of it, in fact, I redrew in a different style or in a different way later on. All except for the little leaves I think I'm about to draw. So yeah, it was all experimental, and in the next video hopefully I'll show you what kind of aesthetic I ended up with. Again, it just goes to show that the things you draw straight away don't always work. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you did appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you in the next time lapse of the continuation of this tile set. Until then, I'll catch you later.